Hello students, I hope that you are clear with all the basic concepts of application of integrals that I have explained in previous video. Link of this video is given in description box as well. As I told you in previous video that this topic is very important from the point of view of examination, board examination actually, because a 6 marks of question is most of the time, or you can say always there from this topic. In this video, I am going to take certain problems to illustrate that how to use integrals in solving problems related to finding out area under the given curve. So let us begin with the problems. Here is the first problem in front of you. The problem is using integration, find the area of the region bounded by the line 2y is equal to minus x plus 8 x-axis and lines x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. This is one of the very simple problem of this topic. Here we need to find out the area between one line that is given to us 2y is equal to minus x plus 8. Second thing, x-axis. Third is line x is equal to 2, and fourth the line x is equal to 4. So this is the same problem as I have discussed in previous video to give you the concepts. Instead of the given line 2y is equal to minus x plus 8, I have selected function. So here the function is 2y is equal to minus x plus 8, which is nothing but simply a line. So as I told you in the steps of calculating problems in this way is number 1, to identify the given curve and read the question carefully. So we have read the question and we have identified the curve as well. So given curve is a line to us. The second step is to draw the rough sketch of the given problem. So to draw the line, let us draw table for the given line. So given curve is line is a line which is 2y is equal to minus x plus 8. So let me draw table to draw the line exactly on the coordinate axis. So this is the table. Here I have taken the simplest values for the given line. x0 I calculated y, and for y is equal to 0 I have calculated x. Now let us draw line on coordinate axis. Here I have drawn x-axis and y-axis. And as I have told you that we need to draw a sketch which is not to be very perfect. So let me think that this is y is equal to 4 and this is x is equal to 8. The points which we need to plot on the coordinate axis. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. So this is one of the point. We can name it as A. And here when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 8. So this is the point having coordinate 8, 0. And this is the second point. Let me name it as B. Now join AB to get the required line. AB is the required line which we get after joining the coordinates 0, 4 and 8, 0. Now the rest 3 things that we need to mention is, one is x-axis. So clearly this is x-axis, this is line. Third thing is x is equal to 2 and fourth thing is x is equal to 4. So let us draw these 2 lines as well. Let us choose approximate position of x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. So let me say this is x is equal to 2 and this is x is equal to 4. Now let us draw the lines x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. Here are the two lines. One is x is equal to 2 and this is x is equal to 4, which I have taken approximate in between 0 to 8. So let us shade the area which we need to find out. So clearly the area which I am shading is satisfy all the conditions which are given, that is the area bounded by the line AB, x-axis, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. So this area is the required area. Now let us write how to find out area by using integration of this portion. So area is equal to integration. The limit is from 2 to 4. We are starting from x is equal to 2 and we need to go up to x is equal to 4. So therefore, taking limits on x-axis as we are calculating area with x-axis. So x is equal to 2, x is equal to 4. Then fx dx, as I have told you, we need to take fx dx. Dx, why? Because we are taking area with x-axis. Now what is fx over here? As I told you, fx means we need to take the function in terms of x. So from here, if we calculate the value in terms of x, then it will be clearly y is equal to minus x plus 8 upon 2. So let me use this value over here in place of fx, and it can be further written as 2 to 4 minus x plus 8 upon 2. Is 1 upon 2 is constant, taking outside, and dx. Now it is very simple to find out. Just we need to calculate integration and to apply the limits. So 1 upon 2 into minus x square upon 2 plus 8x, and the limits are 2 to 4. Apply the limits as I told you earlier. It is upper limit minus lower limit. So clearly minus 16 upon 2 plus 32. This is upper limit minus lower limit, means minus 4 upon 2 plus 16. Now simplify this thing. Is equal to 1 upon 2 into 24 minus 14, which is equal to 5 square units. So this is how to calculate the area between the given curve. Here the given curve was line and other lines are for the area between the given lines. So this is how to find out the area. So in this way, simply you can find out the area between the given curve. Here is the next problem. Using integration, find the area bounded by the curve y is equal to x cube, x-axis, and lines x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. So the same question is there as we have done just. Only the change is, in previous case the given curve was a line, but here the given curve is a cubic function. So we need to draw the graph of y is equal to x cube. So very first step we have completed, that we have identified the given curve. Now the second is to draw the given curve. So let us write given curve is y is equal to x cube, and we need to find out the area between the given curve, x-axis, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. Now the next step is to draw the curve of the given function, which is y is equal to x cube. So here is the curve y is equal to x cube. I want to add one thing over here, that it will be better if you know the basic shapes of the given curves. Like these curves are like sine function, cos function, cubic function, biquadratic function, parabola, ellipse, circle, because these are the basic curves which will be included in this chapter in 12th class. So here I have drawn y is equal to x cube. Now the other things are x-axis. So clearly x-axis here with us. Second thing is x is equal to 2. So let me draw. This is x is equal to 2. This is the line which represent x is equal to 2. The next is x is equal to 4. So let me draw x is equal to 4 over here. So this is x is equal to 4. So this is x is equal to 4. This is x is equal to 2. Now we need to mention the area, shade the area which we need to calculate. So clearly this is the given curve. Y is equal to x cube, number 1. Number 2, x-axis. Number 3, x is equal to 2. Number 4, x is equal to 4. So clearly this area is the required area. And this area can be written in integration by using required area is equal to integration over the limit 2 to 4. Then we need to write the function in terms of x as we are calculating area with x-axis. So in terms of x, if we write, it is simply x cube and then dx. Now it is very simple to calculate further. It is x power 4 upon 4 and using the limits 2 to 4. Now when you simplify by using upper limit minus lower limit, it is simply 64 minus 4. So we are getting 60 square units as the area bounded by the given curve. The next problem is using integration, find the area bounded by the curve y square is equal to 2y minus x and y-axis. Clearly the curve which is given to us is a parabola. There are two methods to draw this parabola. One is by making the table for x and y and then plotting the points on the coordinate axis, and another is to change the equation of parabola in its standard form. So I always prefer to change it into the standard form so that we can draw it very easily without making any table. So let me start. The first step is to identify the curve. So we have identified that it is the parabola. Now we need to draw the curve, and for that we need to find out three things. Number 1, turning point of the parabola. Number 2, we need to find out that along which axis or the parabola is, or along which axis the axis of parabola is, and in which direction it will open. So all the answers can be find out by changing this equation of parabola into the standard form. So to change it into the standard form, let me write y square minus 2y is equal to minus x. Now completing the square method, y square minus 2y, half of the coefficient of y and square of that, adding and subtracting. So clearly it is 1. So adding 1 on both sides, it is plus 1 to left hand side and minus x plus 1 to right hand side. So clearly it is y minus 1 whole square and here minus x plus 1 to right hand side. Now as I told you that first of all we need to put the value which is in square as 0. So if we put y minus 1 as 0, then clearly we are getting y is equal to 1. And when y is equal to 1, clearly we are getting x is equal to 1. So therefore turning point, or we can say vertex, we can call turning points as vertex also. Vertex of parabola is 1, 1. You may say turning point or vertex. Both the terms are correct for it. The second point is it will open in negative direction or positive direction. So clearly here the sign is positive in front of y minus 1 whole square and the sign in front of x is negative. So therefore parabola will open in negative direction along x-axis, along the or you can say this time the parabola is not exactly along x-axis, but the axis of parabola is parallel to the axis of x-axis. So let us draw the curve according to the collected information about the parabola. One thing more that we should know before drawing the parabola is this time the parabola is not having its vertex as 0, 0. So it will intersect either x-axis or y-axis. Now the turning point is 1, 1. Okay. Now if we put x is equal to 0 over here, then we'll get two values of x. At x is equal to 0, we are getting y square minus 2y is equal to 0, and which gives us the values of two values of y. One is y is equal to 0 and other is y is equal to 2, because after taking y common from here, let me write it for you, y minus 2 is equal to 0. So clearly we are having two values of y when we are putting x is equal to 0. So what does it mean? That the parabola will intersect y-axis at 2 points, at 0 and at 2. Secondly, if we put y is equal to 0, clearly x is 0. So means one of the common point on x-axis and y-axis is 0. So now let us draw the parabola. So let us take coordinate axis over here. Now the turning point of the parabola is 1, 1. So let this is 1 and here it is 1. So turning point of the parabola is this one, that is 1, 1. And this parabola is intersecting, one is at x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. This is the point which is clearly O, and another point at which it is intersecting is x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2. So let us say this is the point x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2. So clearly the parabola that we will draw with turning point 1, 1 is clearly this one. So this is the required parabola and the rough sketch we have drawn for the given parabola. Now we need to calculate the area of the parabola. So clearly the shaded portion is the area bounded by parabola and y-axis, because in the question it is written find the area bounded by the curve and y-axis. So this time no other line is given to us. So clearly the area is clearly bounded with y-axis and parabola. So the area, you can say required area is equal to integration over the limit from 0 to 2, because on y-axis we are having the limit from 0 to 2 to which area is bounded. Now as the limit we are taking on y-axis, will take here dy, and here the function will also be written in terms of y, that is we will take fy. So let us calculate the value of function in terms of y. So clearly it is 2y minus y cube if we are calculating the value of x from here. So let us put this value over here. So required area is limit from 0 to 2 and 2y minus y square dy. Now simply we need to find out integration, and clearly the integration is y square minus y cube upon 3 and applying the limits from 0 to 2. Now let us apply the limit, which is equal to 4 minus 8 upon 3 by using the upper limit 2 over here, and next if we apply 0, then clearly every term will be 0. So therefore the result that we are getting after solution is 4 upon 3 square units. So this is the final answer. So every question is having the same steps. Number 1, to identify the curve. Number 2, to draw the curve, or we can say rough sketch of the curve we need to draw. After that, we need to identify the area which is bounded, and then after that identifying the limits and to which axis we need to find out the area, and by which axis the area is bounded very easily. Then find out integration and apply the limits. Next problem is, draw the graph of the function y is equal to 9 minus x square square root of 8 with x greater than equal to 0, and using integration find the area bounded by the curve and coordinate axis. Always it is given that using integration. So means if it is possible to find out the area of the given curve without integration, even we will find out it by using integration, because it will be mentioned in the question that we need to use integration. So the given curve is y is equal to square root of 9 minus x square. Let us simplify this square root sign by taking squaring both sides. So clearly it is y square is equal to 9 minus x square, and after taking x square to left hand side we are getting x square plus y square is equal to 9, and it is nothing but simply a circle. So therefore the given curve is a circle. Now we need to find out the area bounded by this circle and coordinate axis, means with x-axis and y-axis. Means we are having three things: x-axis, y-axis and a circle. So let us identify that what is radius and what is center of this circle. So as I explained you clearly, here center of the circle is 0, 0, and radius of the circle is 3, because this is x square plus y square is equal to r square. Using basic equation of circle, x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. This is the equation of circle which we get from its definition. So therefore a and b are 0, which is clear from here, and r is 3. So now let us draw the circle on coordinate axis. These are the coordinate axis with x-axis and y-axis. Let us draw circle over here with center 0, 0 and radius 3. So this is the circle with radius 3. Then clearly the coordinate of this point, let me name it as A, is 3, 0. Center is origin. This is the center of the circle. And now we need to calculate the area between coordinate axis and circle. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. All the 4 areas are satisfying the condition that between coordinate axis, the first one also, this if I am naming it as first, then between the coordinate axis and the circle. Similarly, this area between the coordinate axis and the circle. So similar wise these two are there. So let me use this portion. We can use any of the portion, but better to use first quadrant, the simplest one. So here we can find out the area either with x-axis or with y-axis, because both are symmetrical. Here also the coordinate on y-axis are 0, 3. So we can take with x-axis or with y-axis. So if we are going to take x-axis, then required area is equal to, limits are from 0 to 3, and as we are taking limits on x-axis, so clearly we'll write here as dx, the axis on which we are taking the limits, dx or dy is according to that, and here we need to take f of x, means the function in terms of x. So as the given equation of the circle is x square plus y square is equal to 9, and we need to express in terms of x. So clearly we need to take this y is equal to square root of 9 minus x square root of it. So therefore 0 to 3 and fx is 9 minus x square root of it dx. If you remember, this is the standard identity of integration that you have studied is using, let me write this identity over here, integration of square root of a square minus x square dx, which you should always have in your mind. It is equal to x upon 2 square root of a square minus x square plus a square upon 2 sine inverse x upon a. So plus c over here as we are using integration. But for definite we will not use any c. So using the same identity over here, area is equal to x upon 2 square root of 9 minus x square plus a square means again 9 upon 2 sine inverse x upon 3 and using the limits 0 to 3 over here. Now applying upper limit minus lower limit. So if we apply 3 over here, so clearly this is 3 upon 2 into 0. 9 minus 9. If we are using 3, this is 9 again. So this is 0 plus 9 upon 2 sine inverse 3 upon 3, that is 1. So this is upper limit minus lower limit. If we use lower limit as 0, so clearly first term will be 0. Again the second term is 0 because sine inverse 0 upon 3 is 0. So plus 0 we are having. So the answer that we are having with us is 9 upon 2 into pi upon 2. Because here sine inverse 1 is pi upon 2. So the answer that we are getting is 9 pi upon 4 square units is the required area bounded by the given circle and coordinate axis. Next illustration is using integration find the area bounded by the ellipse this. So this time we need to calculate the whole area which is bounded by this given ellipse. Here the constant term below x square is greater than the constant term below y square, that is a is greater than b. What does it mean? It means the given ellipse is having its major axis along x-axis. So we have identified the curve. Now the second step is to draw the curve. So let us draw the curve, that is given ellipse. So we have taken x-axis and y-axis, and now let us draw ellipse over here with major axis as major axis as x-axis and minor axis as y-axis. So it is the required ellipse. Clearly the coordinate on major axis are 3, 0 and minus 3, 0, and on minor axis these are 0, 2 and 0, minus 2. Now we need to calculate the whole area bounded by this ellipse. As we know that this portion, this and this, all the four parts having equal area because this is the center of the ellipse. Here clearly x square alone and y square alone shows that the center of the ellipse is 0, 0. So all the four parts are equal. So if we calculate area of only one of the portion and we multiply it by 4, then we will be able to calculate the area of whole region. So as we have done earlier in previous example, that either we can go with x-axis or with y-axis. We can find out with any of the axis. So first of all, let me write required area is equal to 4 times integration over the limit. This time let me take y-axis, or if you are taking on x-axis you can take 0 to 3 because on x-axis the area bounded with from 0 to 3, and whereas on y-axis it is bounded from 0 to 2. I am going for y-axis, therefore I am taking 0 to 2, And here, as we are taking on y-axis, so clearly we'll take here the function in terms of y and dy over here. Now, let us calculate the value of x from here so that we can get the function in terms of y. So, from here, we are getting x square upon 9 is equal to 1 minus y square upon 4. So, clearly the value of x is 3 upon 2 square root of 4 minus y square. Now, let us put this value over here. So, therefore, we can write area is equal to 4 times limit from 0 to 2, taking constant term 3 upon 2 outside, and inside we are left with 4 minus y square dy. Now you need to apply the same identity just we have applied in case of circle. Apply upper limit minus lower limit, and then you will be able to calculate the final answer. Next problem is from modulus function. Sketch the graph of the function y is equal to x plus 3. That you can do very easily. You know how to draw the graph of this function. And second, the using integration, evaluate this thing. So first of all, let us draw the function. Let us draw the graph of the function. For this, let us take coordinate axis first. So these are the coordinate axis with x-axis and y-axis. Now we need to draw y is equal to modulus x plus 3. So therefore the function will turn at x is equal to minus 3. So clearly we can draw the function like, so this is the graph of y is equal to x plus 3. So clearly this turning point is having coordinates minus 3, 0, and the point at which the graph is intersecting y-axis is again it is 3, 0, because at y-axis x is equal to 0, so clearly y will be 3. So the coordinate of this point are 0, 3. So this is the graph for the required function y is equal to modulus x plus 3. The first part we have done. Now using integration, evaluate integration for the limit minus 6 to 0. So it means we need to draw perpendicular lines. One is at x is equal to minus 6. So let us think that this is minus 6. So let us draw perpendicular from graph over here. This is minus 6, 0 up to x is equal to 0. So clearly this is nothing but simply x is equal to 0. So we need to calculate the whole area that I am shading over here. This shaded area we need to calculate. The required area can be written as required area is equal to, one is from minus 6 to minus 3, and for this we are having the function as minus x plus 3, because for minus 6 to minus 3 x will be less than minus 3. So clearly modulus x plus 3 will be with negative sign dx, and plus the next area is from minus 3 to 0 with positive sign. Why this is so? Let me write it. That we know that x plus 3 modulus is equal to minus x plus 3 when x is less than minus 3, and x plus 3 when x is greater than equal to minus 3. So clearly when limit is from minus 6 to minus 3, x is less than minus 3 we are talking about. Therefore modulus x plus 3 is minus x plus 3, and for the limit minus 3 to 0 we are talking about x greater than equal to minus 3. So therefore modulus x plus 3 is plus x plus 3. So now area can be written as minus, let us take outside, x square upon 2 plus 3x, applying the limits over here, minus 6 to minus 3, plus the second part is again x square upon 2 plus 3x, and apply the limits, minus 3 to 0. And after all calculations, you will get your result as 9 square units as the area bounded by the given curve, that is y is equal to modulus x plus 3. Here in this video, I tried to take each kind of problem like line, circle, ellipse, parabola, modulus. So after watching the video, you should try the rest of the problems yourself to master the topic. Till then, keep learning and stay tuned.